What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie988 coming at you live once again through the power of the internet. And today, right now, I'm live on the old Twitch. And we're going to open up one of these big boxes of Journey to Nyx. If you're unfamiliar with this, it's from a game called Magic the Gathering. They put out about 4 new sets a year, and every time they do put out a new set, I tend to buy a box and open it up. Paid $99 for this box of 36 boosters. And we're hoping to get some big money, big prizes. This is the third set in this block. It's all about Greek gods and Greek culture and Greeks whatever. And I think it's going to be super fun. And I'm going to open the box now. And just in case, by the way, if you're ever out there and you see, look at this box. You see the official Wizard plastic wrap on it? Do you see the official Wizard's plastic wrap on it? If you buy a box and it doesn't have that wrap on it, it's not real. Just so you know. Just so you know it's real. This one is real. Woo! Okay. Alright. No, I mean, it doesn't guarantee it's real, but it means it's less likely to be real. So this is what a display box looks like. 36 boosters. And chances are, provided your store has enough left, you'll get the occasional buy a box promo. This is stupid. Schedule casual events at your store. No. How about no? Let's not do that. Now, for those of you who are not generally excited about this prospect, let me tell you something super cool. At least in the first print run, there have been god packs. Now, in this set, there are some gods. Hopefully, we'll open at least one god so I can show you what I'm talking about. Of the god packs that are in here, guess what? Guess what? There are cards that have 15 mythic rares, the ultimate rarity in this set. 15 mythic rares, all in one pack. There's a possibility we'll get that. I hear the possibility is 1 in 8 packs. It is a literal god pack because they're all gods. Whether or not that's going to happen tonight, it's not going to happen. But maybe it will. All right. As usual, we do these live openings. I like it when you guys vote. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. And I'm just going to pick one pretty much. But the first sub to give me a number. 1, 2, or 3. That's the row open. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. 1, 2, or 3. First sub to say 1, 2, or 3. I will open that row first. So let's do it. Bonus atheist pack. Somebody says, don't get the god pack. Get the, I see a 2. I see a 2. 3. Mafar was the sub to name it. And he said 3. So 1, 2, 3. 3 it will be. All right. Let's get lucky. All right. Now, with this first booster, as I always like to do, I will explain the anatomy of a booster so you have a good understanding of what we're talking about here. And I'll show you a little bit about a magic card in general. Casting cost, power and toughness is if it's a creature, the type of card that it is, the name, the beautiful art as always, and any abilities, things like that. So if you played a CCG before, you played Hearthstone, you probably get the general idea of what these cards do, right? Let me tilt this camera up just a little bit here. Just a little bit. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that looks a little better. So you're always in a booster these days. You get, I think, a total of 15 cards. We're going to count them. You're going to get a bunch of commons. 1 common, 2 commons, 3 commons, 4 commons, 5 commons, 6 commons, 7, 8, 9 commons in this booster, and probably all the boosters that we'll open today. We have an uncommon. This is a cool uncommon. I'm going to make sure we can get it on camera. 2 casting cost, 2/1, hexproof reach, decent card. Hexproof, a very strong ability. So we got the 3 total uncommons. It's very nice. Oh, and now here's our rare. This rare has a variety of rarities that it could be. It could be a mythic rare or a regular rare. So in this case, it's a regular rare as denoted by the gold symbol. And it's a mana confluence. This card is pretty powerful. And I think it's going to like $20. What's this going for? I think it's like $20. Somebody told me in chat, but that seems right. I think it's about $20. So it's pretty good. Pretty good. In addition to that, sometimes, I think 1 in every 8 packs or every 6 packs, you'll get a foil. And in this case, we got a foil rare. Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 casting cost. Well, that's a little expensive. 7 mana for put 4 2/2 red and green Satyr creature tokens with haste onto the battlefield. Well, they do have haste. That's pretty useful, but so we got 2, and you'll always get a basic land in a pack, with the exception of a handful of very rare packs. But Yeah, these days you'll always get at least one basic land. So, there's our rares. Here's our uncommons. Commons will go over here. So rarely do I play with commons since I'm a spike type. So, very good pack. Very good pack. 2 rares. Foil rare right off the top of the list. So that's really good. Woo! That's one good booster right there. Let's see if we can do it up. Second time here. All right, now from here on out, we're going to skip the commons. So we're going to start at the back of the booster. We did get a token this time. You'll always get a token or a rules card or an advertisement card. In this case, we got a token. It's a 2/3 Minotaur. I don't know what makes 2/3 Minotaurs. Well, I don't know why this is in there, but whatever. Okay. We got a basic land. And here's our rare 4 casting cost spell. Silence the Believer's instant speed. For 4 mana, exile any number of target creatures all auras attack them. To target any number of creatures, you got to spend more on strife. So, a decent spell. 4 mana to exile a guy, and if you have 7 mana, you'll exile the second one. Not great. Not bad, but not great. I mean, I'm not going to kick it out of bed for eating crackers. That's still pretty good. Pretty good. Bird token. Very good. I do like me a good bird token from time to time. Basic land. The Hall of Triumph. This is an interesting card. I like this card. I don't know if it's valuable. It's probably not valuable in any way, but 3 casting costs, and it says when it enters the battlefield, choose a color. Creatures you control of that color get +1/+1. Seems interesting in a devotion deck. It's the first time they've ever printed an artifact anthem. It is legendary, so you can only ever have 1 out, so it's not as powerful, say, Glorious Anthem or variations thereof. I don't know. It's really interesting to see that card. I like that card. The Hall of Triumph. Only white cards, only black cards, only blue cards, only green cards. Racist. Whatever. Don't be so judgmental. All right. Pack numero 30. Oh no, this is like 4, I think. Actually, I'm bad at counting. Here's a card I really, really like. This card is super cool. The art on it's pretty badass too. But Launch the Fleet. For 1 white, target creature gets whenever it attacks, put a 1/1 creature token onto the battlefield tapped and attacking. Whoa, that's crazy because it's attacking. Okay, and you for only one more mana, you can strive it. So if you have like 6 creatures, you have 6 mana. Guess what? You can make six dudes also attacking. And this is particularly crazy with a card like this because they're white creature tokens. So you have this out. Obviously, there was a combo right there. Very good. I mean, that's super cool to me. Super cool to me. And that's the kind of depth that this game can have sometimes. And that's not even deep. That's super easy. That's like basic shit. But whatever. That's a cool combo. That's a cool card. Here's a foil. And it's one of the more playable cards in the set and one of the more playable cards in Magic. Magma Spray. Very cool foiling on that. Deals 2 damage to target creature. That creature would die this turn. Exile it instead. A lot of things can really affect things that go to the graveyard, so this puts it out of the game entirely. Exile, go, get out. Get out. And it's a little spray magma. That's pretty cool. Here's our rare. It's Skybind. What does this do? It's an enchantment with a Constellation ability, which is one of the keywords for the set. Whenever Skybind or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, exile target non-enchantment permanent. Return that card to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next untap step. Cool art, though. But not a good card. It's not a card I'm going to ever get excited about. Or give 2 shits about, actually, I'm going to be honest with you. But whatever. Boom. Here we go. That cool gold token. First time they've ever done anything like this. You turn things to gold. There's a King Midas in the set. It'd be kind of cool if we got King Midas in this booster. No, here we go. Here's our first god of the set. And probably the weakest god of the entire set. These things are crazy. Because they're enchantment creatures, but they're not creatures. Alright, let's go for the top. 3 mana to play, 5/5, power and toughness. Okay. It's a legendary enchantment creature god. Farika, the god of affliction. She'll wreck your face. Chick's indestructible. And as long as your devotion of black or green is less than 7, Farika's into creature. That means if you have black or red, green mana symbol is equal to 7. She finally becomes creature. And black and green, exile target creature from a graveyard. Its owner puts it... whatever. You know, I mean, it's a bad ability. It's not a good ability. You know, for 2 mana, and it's got a... For 2 mana... Its owner puts a 1/1 black and green. Its owner. So if you do it to your opponent, they get the creature. Why? Stupid. So disappointing. Somebody said naturalize. Well, naturalize won't work because it destroys, and that card is indestructible, sucker. Another Minotaur token. Basic land. Here's a card. It was one of the release promos, pre-release promos. It's also in the intro pack. 4 cast, it costs 2 for flying. Lifelink. Lifelink means when it deals damage, you gain that much life. Whenever you cast a spell that targets this, put a +1/+1 counter on this. Whatever. You know. Not my kind of card. 4 mana to a full 2/4. Not gonna get me going. Boom. Nope. Garbage. Nope. Dictate of Heliod. Now, the Dictates is a cycle in the set. That's a cool art, too. That's cool art right there. Dictate of Heliod. Flash. Creatures you control get +2/+2. Now, this is super cool that it has Flash. It's a double anthem, so +2/+2. That's great. But, Flash speed, boom. I attack with everything. I don't block. Take 3 times as much damage from all my 1/1s. Suck it, nerd. Flash it out of the end of your opponent's turn. Just a great card. Flash on an enchantment is such a good way to do things. Sorry about that. Allergies killing me. I got a little bit of a head cold. All right, next. We've got Doomwalker Giant. Again, another one of the pre-release cards. 5 casting cost, 4/6. Constellation. It is itself a creature and an enchantment. And when this or another enchantment enters the battlefield under your control, creatures your opponents have control get +1, -1, -1, -1. That's okay. It's not bad. Not great. I don't know who that's for, but I mean, there's some, if you get some sort of infinite combo with like Rancor or something, you could go nuts. Again, not my kind of card, really. Another foil. This time it's the Nyx Weaver. 3 cast, it costs 2/3 reach. At the beginning of your upkeep, put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. So it helps you mill yourself if you're into that kind of thing. For 3 mana, you can exile this, return target card from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, it's kind of like Giant Trapdoor Spider, only it says it's a giant enchantment creature trapdoor. I don't know. It's cool, though. This is a cool flavored card, but it doesn't really do much for me. But it's an 8 casting cost, 10/10. Alright, that itself is okay. When Bearer of the Heavens dies, destroy all permanents at the beginning of the next end step. What? Why? What? Well, it's a theme card. If you're familiar with Atlas, the god or whatever creature Atlas, he held the world on his back. Well, this guy's holding the heavens on his back. And the heavens fall to the earth, crushes it all, destroys everything. It's a cool card. I mean, it's not... Again, not my kind of card, but cool. Somebody out there is in love with that card. It's just not me. Oh man, those throat tickles. Whew. Alright, next up. Another basic land and another foil. Armament of Nyx. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature has double strike as long as it's an enchantment. Otherwise, prevent all damage will be dealt by enchanted creature. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Encourages you to play with more enchantment creatures. Good for draft. Here's a rare. And a cool card. I mean, not amazing, but Battlefield Thaumaturge. Thaumaturge. Each instant and sorcery spell costs 1 less for each creature it targets. So again, meant to be played with these Strive cards that are in the set. When When you cast a spell that targets this, he gains hexproof till the end of turn. Hexproof means your opponent can't target him. So if you play an enchantment on him, and it's going to cost 1 less, and then also he's got a hexproof, so your opponent can't try to blow you out. After it's on, I guess. Whatever. Decent card. Oh, and I did get one of the most valuable uncommons of the set. I believe this one's going for a couple of bucks. Banishing Light, an enchantment. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent an opponent controls until this leaves the battlefield. Such good card. Why is so good? I want to have 20. And fortunately, it's only an uncommon. And I will hopefully get a few. Best uncommon ever. So good. My kind of card, for sure. Hey, I kill anything. Neat. Thanks. No, the only rare I've gotten so far is Farika. No, the only mythic I've gotten so far is Farika, unfortunately. Here's another rare. Hydra Brood Mother. Master. I don't know. They like to print greens in Hydra. They're not that great. Monstrosity X. When Hydra Broodmaster becomes monstrous, put XX green Hydra creatures tokens into play. It gets monstrous X, and you spin green and double X. Whatever. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. 6 casting cost 7/7. I'm never going to kick a 6 casting cost 7/7 out of the world. Boom. Boom. Somebody's like, it's just an O-ring. It's just an O-ring. The card that I opened earlier, the enchantment that removes stuff. Yeah, it's just an O-ring, except now I can play with 8 O-rings. Yeah! Woo! I mean, not in standard, but in some formats, I can now play with 8 O-rings. Hooray. Dictate, the red one. If a source would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals double that damage to that permanent or player instead. 5 casting cost and it has flash. Once again, attack with all my shit. Flash it out. Double the damage. Suck it, nerd. That's okay. That's okay. Boom. Nope. Garbage. Twin Flame. Here's a card I really like. For 2 mana, choose any number of target creatures you control. For each of them, put a token that's a copy of that creature onto the battlefield. So you have to control the creature. It can't clone your opponent's creatures. So it's not really good to kill legendaries. I guess it would be under the new rules anyway. But choose any number of target creatures you control. For each of them, put a token that's a copy of that creature onto the battlefield. So you have 2 dudes. You can copy them both for 5 total mana. And just wreck them in the face. And it's super cool to do. Simple. Boo. Here we have Citizen Taskets? Citizen? I don't know. Until the end of turn, any number of target creatures you or each get +1/+1 and gain. Tap this creature, fights another target creature. Okay, that's pretty good. You can blow out your opponent for... Oh, it's 2 to play and 1 to start. Or 1 to continue. 1 to chain. 1 to strive. Strive, I guess we should call it strive. Neat. So all my dudes kill all your dudes. Instant speed. At the end of your turn, all my dudes kill all your dudes. Win? Yeah, that's a cool card. I see that being a blowout in EDH. Here we go. Token. Soldier token. Planes. Another Bearer of the Heavens, as we showed earlier, but again, the Atlas Shrugs nod, the Atlas nod. That's a cool card. Not something I really need, but now something that I have. Next up, and we will start getting repeats, and I think that time has begun now. Here's a cool card. 6 mana. Extinguish all hope. Destroy all non-enchantment sources. Creatures. Non-enchantment creatures. So, cool art. It's the 3 gods, like, chilling, making out, doing whatever. Hey, man, how's it like? What's it like being a god? Oh, that's pretty good. I like to kiss. Oh, you want to kiss me a while? Oh, I do. Let's start kissing. Okay, well, first let's destroy all non-enchantment creatures, because we're enchantment creatures, okay? And that won't destroy us. So extinguish the moral hope of the mortals, okay? Alright, dude, that's done. Let's kiss now. Right? You know, that's what it is, basically. Good card. Good card. A little overcosted. It's not going to see tournament play, I don't think. But boom. Garbage. Boom. Here's a foil. Hour of Need. Just a cool card. 3 mana. Exile any number of target creatures. For each creature exiled this way, you got to pay the strive cost, but its control puts a 4/4 blue Sphinx token with flying onto the battlefield. So then your turn, your dude's a Sphinx. My dude's a Sphinx. Everybody's a Sphinx. All things are Sphinxes all the time, 24/7. Awesome. Oh, here's our rare. Ferris Band Warchief. It's a Lord, meaning it buffs the other Centaurs you have. And they get Vigilance and Trample, and he has Vigilance and Trample. So all your Centaurs getting +1/+1, Vigilance, Trample. They don't give a shit. All your Centaurs. All your Centaurs. You know? Get them Centaurs rocking it out. Boom. Another foil. Hubris. Return target creature and all auras attached to it to the owner's hand. Again, this is pretty much only, I think, for limited, but pretty good in limited. I don't know where else you would really need to use that. The Black Dictate. Dictate. When a creature you control dies, each opponent sacrifices this creature. Again, it's cool that this has flash, because you can flash it out when your opponent's all like, well, I'm going to kill your dude. You're like, well, whatever. Look, I'm going to do this, and then you have to kill your dudes. And look, I got hydras in my eyes, and I got hydras in my... Dude's got hydras in his eyes. Dude needs to see a fucking doctor. Because he straight up got hydras in his eyes. He's got hydras in his eyes. The Eidolon of Blossoms. Eidolon is another cycle of the set. We've seen several of them already, but it's the enchantment creatures. This one's the best one of them, though it costs 4, so it's a little expensive. But when this enters the battlefield, or another enchantment, draw a card. She's your enchantress. So cool. So, you build the enchantment deck. You're drawing cards for days, son. You're drawing more enchantments to play. Then you play the enchantments. Then you play more whatever. Then you play whatever you want to play. You do what you want to do. I ain't here to judge. Sphinx token. Ah, yes! Yes! Suck it, nerds! This is one of the cards I absolutely wanted to pull. Atheros, the God of Passage, indestructible. As long as your devotion to black and white is 7, then he's a creature. But, this is the good part, when another creature you own dies, return it to your hand unless an opponent pays 3 life. I think it's like $30 right now. I don't know if it's 20 or 30, but... Yeah! Yeah! My favorite card out of the set. We pulled it. Hell yeah. Most expensive god of the set. Maybe the most expensive card in the set. So now we're rocking it. Now we're rocking it. Woo! Box, so worth it right there. Bird token. Basic. Polymorph Rush. Another strive rare. Choose a creature on the battlefield. Any number of target creatures you control become a copy of that creature till the end of turn. But you have to pay 2 for each creature rather than the first. It's, again, not my kind of card. Costs too much to do too little. Just doesn't really do anything for me. Here we go. Boom. Another Dawnbringer Charioteers.
Hi, we're flying. We got bird chariots. We're so innovative. We learned to fly with our chariots.
Why do you need a fucking chariot if you're in the air? Ride an eagle. Just, I don't, whatever. Not here to judge. Just here to open and win. Bird token. Basic land. Here's one of the only strive cards I like. For 3 mana, 2 of which has to be red. You gain control in any numbered target creature. Till end of turn, untap those creatures. They gain haste until end of turn. But for 3 more mana, every 3 more you spend, you're rocking it. You're straight up rocking it. Look at that. You're still your guy. Oh, look. I got 6 mana. Still both you guys. Hooray. That'll go on my red sideboard. That'll go on my mono red sideboard like tomorrow. basically, for like the next FNM I play. Well, I guess next FNM will be next week, but awesome. Token, basic. Foil. Pretty foil, too. Reveal the top 6 cards of your library. Put up to 3 enchantment cards from among them into your hand, and the rest of the revealed cards into your graveyard. So this is a very strong Enchantment Matters card. Very pretty, too. Night Krufus' Insight. And only 3 mana. The rest of the cards go to your graveyard, which is super cool. And you get to keep 3 enchantments. Makes me really wish they had printed an enchantment land, and they didn't. But if they had, that card would be baller. Probably the most expensive temple of the set. Temple of Epiphany. Comes into play tapped. Provides both blue and red. And when it comes into play, you get a scry one. Good card. So, good pack, again. I think there's only 2 temples in the set. 3 or 2. I think there's 2. Could be 3, but I think it's 2. Sphinx token. Basic. Another foil. No, definitely not the best foil. 5 casting cost 4/2. Constellation. When this or another enchantment you play comes into play, target creature can intimidate. That's limited fodder, so not great. Polymorph Rush again. Boring. And the rest is the usual. Boom. Here we go. Minotaur token. Worst Fears. Now this card annoys the shit out of me. This card really pisses me off a lot. Okay, it's Worst Fears, 8 mana, and you get to control target opponent's next turn. Which is not what upsets me. What upsets me is that there's already an artifact that does it for almost twice the mana, sure. And, of course, Word of Command is also in black. And Word of Command is iffy the way it works. But I think 8 mana is too much for this. I think 6 would have been right. But it is a cool card. I think they didn't want it to be a tournament staple or anything like that. I think they just wanted to... But whatever. I wish it wasn't Mythic, is what I wish. But I get it. You're taking your opponent's turn for them. You're making them slap themselves in the face. They can't even mana burn anymore. Like, what's the point? Well, whatever. Whatever. Not my kind of thing, but that's fine. Another one of the promos for the set. The Hero's Bane enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. You can double it for 4 mana. In Limited, this thing's nuts. I saw 128 or something like that. In Limited, it was insane. And of course, he won, but he won before he could make it any bigger. But it's kind of like Chameleon Colossus, but kind of, I don't know. Doesn't have that all-important pro black. Doesn't cost 4 to start. Still, though. Not bad. Not great. Not my kind of card. Again, it's not spiky enough. If it had some sort of protection that had hexproof, it would just be insane. If it did something fancy like that, but no. Island. Aegis of the Gods. He's a cool card. Enchantment creature. 2 mana for 2/1. You have hexproof. I like this card because he's the Aegis of the Gods. It's implying that you are a god because you're a planeswalker. Because he gives you hexproof. He's Aegising for you in this case. So, I mean, I don't know, whatever. He's probably also busy Aegising gods. But, yeah, you have hexproof, so you can't be the target of spells. Your opponent's spells are ability. You still target yourself all day. He's cool. Pretty decent against mono red, but not that great. Pretty good against Thoughtseize, really. That's what it's the only card it's good against, I think. But, whoa. Are we back? Everything crack out there for a sec? No. No. Scourge of the Fleets. It's a Kraken, so that, I mean, that's something. That's worth something right there. Kraken. Aegis, not Aegis. Okay, Aegis. When Scourge of the Fleets enters the battlefield, return each creature your opponent controls with toughness X or less to its owner's hand, where X is the number of islands you control. So return all your shit. You know. What do you do? EDH probably. I don't know. Here we go. Basic land. I like this guy a lot, and I bet you guys can tell me why. Take a good look at this card and tell me why I like it. Master, I will read it to you. Master of the Feast, 3 cast, it costs 5/5 flying. And at the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent draws a card. At the beginning of your upkeep, each opponent draws a card. Now, why does this card excite me? Because he's fat. Look at this fat fucker. Woo! If you ever meet me, you ever want me to sign your Magic card for you, this is the card that I will sign for you. Bring me copies of this card, I will sign them, and I will hug you. Because look at that, it's a little boogie monster. I'm so hungry for feasts and stuff. Feed me semen, but I don't know. Anyway, not the dirty, like seafaring Navy men. That's why. I don't know what you thought I said, but not the dirty. Not the dirty men. Somebody said it's Boogie's invitational card. Could have been. Could have been. Silence of the Believers, Black Strive removal card. It's okay. It's okay. Not exciting. Doesn't get me, dancing. But somebody's like, you thought you had a wife. Sure. Sure, I do. She's not my beard. Oh, I can see now. Drama alert. Boogie's gay. I don't care. If you think I'm gay, that's cool. I'm happy. Hey, it's Twin Flame. Strive. Red card. Meh. 3 packs left. 3 packs left. Here we go. Token. Basic. Well. It's a god, but it's the blue-green. 5 cast cost indestructible as long as your devotion to green and blue is less than 7. It isn't a creature. You have no maximum hand size. Wah, wah. Not even a thing to me. I don't know who wants that card, but it ain't me. God, a crap is more like it. Hey, there's a nice mythic. Godsend, 3 cast to cost legendary artifact equipment. Equipment creature gets +3/+3, and when a creature blocks or becomes blocked by one or more creatures, you may exile one of those creatures. So he will kill gods. Opponents cast, if they're creatures currently, opponents can't cast cards with the same name as cards exiled with this. So once it's gone, it's gone. I think this is like a $20 card. I'm definitely going to play with it. Really good card. Really like it. Legendary artifact. Yay. Well, this last pack has to be bad then, right? Because, that was really good. So, here we go. Green red satyr token. Decent. Here we go. Not the god pack. We at least know that already. Hypnotic Siren. 1 cast cost 1/1 flying. You control enchanted creature. If you bestow this guy, you get to steal the guy you bestowed on. 7 to bestow. Otherwise, it's a 1 cast that costs 1/1 flyer. Enchantment. It's okay. I don't know what deck that belongs in, but it's probably not a deck I'm ever going to play. So, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube and Twitch TV, that is one box of Journey to Nyx. And we did okay. Let's get these pieces put up. We'll look at our rares real quick. I think it was a good box. Not a bad box, by any stretch of the imagination. All these cards get sorted through, put into their respective folders for the old Magic's the Gatherings. And one last quick look at our rares here. Hypnotic Siren, Godsend, Krufix, Twin Flame, Silence, Master of the Feast, Scourge of the Fleets, Aegis of the Gods, Heroic Bane, Worst Fears, Polymorph Rush, Temple of Epiphany, Harness by Force, Dawnbringer, Polymorph Rush, Atheros, Eidolon of Blossoms, Dictates, the Black Dictate, Extinguish All Hope, Twin Flame, Dictate of the Twin Gods, Hydra Broodmaster, Battlefield Thaumaturge, Doomwalker, the Black Green God, Skybind, a foil, Magma, Spirit, one of the best cards. Launch the Fleet, and a few other goodies. Mana Confluence, of course, one of the best cards in the set. So, pretty decent. Thanks for watching, guys.